Hey, welcome to ASVAB Factoring Lesson 1, the NOT lesson. Factoring is a very broad topic. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. But there's just a lot of smaller components. So I'm going to make a playlist and I'm going to go over all 5 types of factoring, one video at the time. So you can go to the playlist and look at those. What I'm going to show you in this first lesson is a test taking trick or tip. The ASVAB is all multiple choice, and it is possible some of the time, most of the time, to find the answer there without even knowing how to factor. So while as a math teacher I don't like to tell you this method, I'm going to share it with you in this first lesson, and I hope that after you get comfortable with this, you will go through the rest of the factoring, so just in case they have figured out a way to reword the problem, you'll still know how to factor. Okay, so first of all, what is factoring? Oh, and you can go to Teachers Pay Teachers. If you search MOM, M-O-M 8125, you will pull up a worksheet. There's, I think I put like 30 or 40 problems there that you could practice. So it's MOM 8125 at Teachers Pay Teachers. All right, so what is factoring? Factoring is unmultiplying. It's going backwards. So take the number 10. If I told you to factor 10, what would you do? Well, that means I want you to write it as something times something else. You could do 2 times 5. You can do 1 times 10. You know, anything. You can do 1/2 times 20. There's a lot of things you can multiply. This is factoring. I just factored 10. All right. Now, when you try to factor a quadratic, that's a whole other story, isn't it? Okay, let's just have a look at this problem. We're going to multiply. Since factoring is unmultiplying, it helps to be able to multiply. Well, how would you multiply this? Full method, if you remember that word, or you're just going to make sure that you multiply both of these times both of those. So let's see what we get. X times x is x squared, and x times, let's say x times x times 5, 2 times x, and 2 times 5. And then you add the 2 middle ones together, x squared plus 7x plus 10. So there's your trinomial. Now what if I told you to factor it? Okay, where did it come from? What was multiplied together to get this? Well, we got it. So this would actually be your answer if you had this and were told to factor. So do you see where we're going with this? Now when you have a multiple choice question, let's look at one. Okay, so here's a multiple choice one. Now you have this trinomial and the directions say factor. Well, here's your options. This is all the options you have. So how can you tell which one of these was multiplied together to get this? Well, you could multiply them. And yes, it does take some time, but if you don't know how to factor, this is going to get you through. And I'm just doing this so that if you're fixing to take the ASVAB right now and you need a way to maybe get the point, this will help you out. But like I said, I'm going to have a playlist that shows you how to actually factor. So what are we going to do? We're going to go through here, we're going to multiply each one of these things, and we're going to see which one gives us this. Now, right off the bat, I can eliminate B. Do you know why? Because there's only a single term here. So if I distribute it, I'm only going to get 2 terms for my answer. In fact, I'll go ahead and do it out. That would be 5u to the second plus 35uv. So I could just look at that one and tell that it wasn't correct. And that's what you're going to be able to do on the test. After you do a few numbers, you'll be able to tell that that one's not going in the right direction. So let's look at this one. I'm going to multiply these things together and these things together and see if it matches this. All right, u times u is u to the second. And u times 3v is 3uv. Remember, put your letters in alphabetical order. All right, 6v times u is 6uv. And you know what? Let me go ahead and finish. This would be positive 18v squared. And then you would add these two together. That's going to get you 9uv, which does not match here, and the minus does not match. So that takes care of A. All right, let's come down here and try this one. U times u is u squared. And u times minus 3v is minus 3uv. 6v times u is plus 6uv. And then 6v times 3v is going to be minus 18v squared. Now when you combine these two, minus 3 and plus 6 gives you plus 3uv. Does this match this? Yes, it does. So that's going to be your correct answer. Okay? Now I'm going to do a few more videos. I'm trying not to make these too long. So I'll do a few more where I work some like this. And then, like I said, I'm going to start the playlist and I'm going to show you how to actually factor this in case you need to. Okay? I hope this helped.